Change leaders shape audience perception. Leadership learning. On 26th of September 1960, John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon faced off in the first ever televised presidential debate, an event watched by nearly 70 million Americans. The debate was held at a Chicago television studio and broadcast live across the United States on all three major networks, giving an unprecedented number of citizens the chance to see the two candidates side by side. It was the first time in American history that presidential contenders met in such a direct and widely visible form, transforming the way political campaigns would be fought in the television age. The encounter lasted approximately 1 hour and focused on domestic policy. Moderator Howard K. Smith guided a panel of journalists who posed questions to the candidates. Each man delivered an opening statement, responded to queries, and closed with a final appeal to voters. The format was straightforward, yet the setting introduced a new dimension to national politics. For the first time, visual impression mattered as much as the spoken word. Kennedy arrived well prepared and at ease before the cameras. He wore a dark suit that contrasted sharply with the light-colored studio backdrop, maintained steady eye contact, and projected confidence. Nixon, recovering from illness and recent weight loss, declined makeup and chose a gray suit that blended into the set. Under the bright lights, he appeared pale and uncomfortable, occasionally wiping perspiration from his brow. Viewers who listened on radio tended to judge the debate a draw or even a narrow win for Nixon, but the much larger television audience thought Kennedy had prevailed. This contrast between sound and sight highlighted how perception of reality could differ depending on the medium. The debate also demonstrated how rapidly a new technology could change the political landscape. Television ownership in the United States had reached nearly 90% of households by 1960, turning this single event into a national moment. Kennedy's calm, assured appearance impressed millions of voters and helped shift public opinion. The lasting importance of this debate lies in how it redefined political communication. It signaled that leadership in a media-saturated world demands not only sound policies and persuasive arguments, but also mastery of presentation and awareness of how messages are received. From that evening onward, candidates and their advisors understood that substance and style must work together. The first televised presidential debate became a landmark in democratic engagement and a powerful reminder that public perception is shaped as much by what people see as by what they hear. It set the stage for all future debates, underlining the enduring importance of how leaders are seen as well as heard, in real time in front of millions of people. As with Kennedy and Nixon, future debates often define political winners. Change leadership lessons. This historic transformation in political communication reveals enduring principles that modern change leaders must master. Leaders of change prepare thoroughly for every engagement, recognizing that how they appear and behave sends powerful signals to those they lead. They understand that audiences judge leadership as much by visible presence as by spoken words, and they deliberately model consistency between message and behavior. Change leaders adapt their style to the communication medium, ensuring that the way they show up aligns with audience expectations and reinforces credibility. They demonstrate readiness, composure, and authenticity in their actions, modeling the new way through their behavior as well as their words. Leaders of change shape lasting perceptions that build trust and influence well beyond the immediate moment. Summary leadership quote: "Change leadership demands readiness in how you show up, ensuring your presence and message align with audience perception to create lasting influence beyond words." Application: Change leadership responsibility 2, model the new way. Change leaders must model how effective communication adapts to different mediums whilst maintaining authentic leadership presence. During organizational transformation, leaders cannot simply rely on traditional communication methods, but must demonstrate mastery across multiple channels, ensuring their message resonates consistently with diverse stakeholders, whether delivered in person digitally or through written communication. Modeling the new way requires visible demonstration of how preparation, presence, and perception alignment create credibility. Leaders must show others how to adapt their communication style to suit the stakeholder audience and medium whilst maintaining core message integrity. In today's multi-channel environment, change leaders model effective engagement by being deliberately prepared for how they will appear and be perceived, understanding that their visible behavior sets the standard for others to follow during transformation. Modeling the new way is the one key task leaders of change do not need props for, nor should they delegate this to others. Leadership of change, final thoughts. Change leaders today face the same fundamental challenges Kennedy in 1960. Mastering how they show up across different communication mediums. In our digital age, AI can enhance leaders' ability to understand audience perception and optimize their presence across multiple channels, but authentic leadership presence remains the cornerstone of lasting influence and successful transformation. Find out more. Change Management Leadership. Leadership of Change Volume 4.